How my partner, my parents, and my friends reacted to my pregnancy. What were their reactions to my pregnancy? Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel with Baby Melo. So I am going to attempt to talk. I did attempt to talk while doing my makeup. I'm not sure it went too well. I think I'm a very talkative person, so I find it very difficult to multitask, to talk and to do something else. Because I talk with my hands. So if it's something that doesn't require my hands, I can do it. But anyway, this is the final product. This is what you will see at the end of the video. And I might have not finished it in the video because of talking, but this is it. This is what I was working on, and I think I kind of succeeded. Okay. How my family, my partner, and my friends reacted to my pregnancy. What was their reaction? Oh, right. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today, I will be taking you through the reactions I got from the people around me in terms of my pregnancy while I do my makeup. While I try to do my makeup, because it's been a while. I think the last time I did my makeup, I was like 2-3 months pregnant, and today I am 5 weeks postpartum. So it has been a while actually of not doing any makeup. I have attempted to do my brows, not too bad. And also I've done my foundation, and this is the foundation that I use. However, I do feel like it is actually getting, I don't know, I feel like it's too light for my complexion. I'm just not too sure. Maybe it's not well blended, but I do feel that way actually. I feel like it's too light. But anyway, so the first person that I told that I am pregnant, remember I had, if you have watched my previous video, by the way, on how I found out I was pregnant, I had tested before, and then the test kind of gave me results that made me believe that I'm not pregnant, right? So then I had told him that, oh no, I'm not pregnant, right? Okay. Then when I confirmed that I'm pregnant, right, when I took 2 more tests, I was at his place. However, he was not there. He was at work. So I took those 2 tests, and they came out positive without a doubt. And then I sent him a picture through WhatsApp of the 2 tests, and I saw that, okay, he's taking a while to respond because probably he's busy at work. Then I give him a call. I call him, and he answers. And I'm like, open your WhatsApp. Okay. He opens his WhatsApp, and he sees these 2 lines. He calls me, and he screams over the phone, screaming of excitement, like, oh, when are you pregnant? He was so happy. He was very happy. I think for him, okay, I don't think he was at the age where he can actually have a baby, where he should be wanting to have a baby. So he was just waiting on me because I was still in school. I was doing my final year in varsity. So he was still waiting on me, and he was so patient because we met when I was in my first year. And so he waited all 4 years, he was with me. So when it finally happened, he was so happy. I was not ready for it. I was not prepared for it. Like, I felt like, okay, just give me 1 more year, okay, yes, I will finish definitely. I did manage to finish my education, by the way, because I found out, I think it was very close to the end of the year, close to my final examinations. I was able to write my exams. I was able to finish, but I just felt like, I needed at least 2 years just to, enjoy this. Like, I just finished school. I'm gonna start job hunting. So I just need some time to just, I just need that time, a little bit of time. But anyways, pregnant, he's happy, he's over the moon. He's even shouting at one of his friends there at work, oh, I'm gonna be a father. It was heartwarming, by the way, to actually get that reaction from him. I mean, I know he wanted a baby, but this just confirms that, okay, he's with me, and I pray that he's gonna be with me through it. like right to the end, right? So he was very excited. However, okay, when we got home, that's when we started having the real conversations now. And his concern now was that, you know, in the African culture, it is a little bit strict, especially if you impregnate a girl outside of marriage, right? Then you have to pay for damages, things like damages and stuff like that, and that is usually the most expensive thing on the list of payments. Oh yeah. Anyways, so yeah, when we get home, we started now tackling the serious stuff, like, okay, how are we going to go about this now? Because now you have to actually make a plan to go and see my parents as soon as possible, right? He was going to see them immediately after I finished school, right? We were working towards that, but now everything has to be, you know, rushed up because this baby has to come, and such that the families have already been introduced, right? So at that point, my father and my partner had never met in the 4 years. They've never met, they've never spoken. They are, you know, my father wouldn't allow that, right? Because he doesn't formally know him. So now we had to make sure that these two families are formally introduced, so that the baby can actually come into a, you know, a complete picture, right? So, like a complete picture, meaning that my partner can come and visit me at home, like at my parents' home. My parents can come and visit us when I move in with him, something like that. So that was his biggest worry, that now he has to raise this money in a very short space of time. And there's preparation, you know, there's just so much. There's still also our day-to-day expenses that we have to deal with and all that. But above all, he was really happy. He was all in. He was excited for the baby. He was pleased, you know, to see a mini him, you know, because we were there also. As much as we had that serious conversation, we were also there busy brainstorming names already. Like, it was really, really a sweet moment to see that my partner was all in. I wasn't alone. I wasn't going to deal with this on my own, you know, and he's willing to do right by my parents. So I was really happy about that. Okay, so I found out I'm pregnant, and then I went back to Res. Getting to Res, I think I spent like 2 weeks after I found out that I'm pregnant before I told my mother. Then one morning I was like, you know what, now I have the courage to tell this woman. I wake up in the morning, I took the 2 tests again, I just put them on top of my bed, take a picture, and I send it to her. I don't say anything, I just send it to her. Okay, she opens the picture and then she calls me with a video call. I was a bit nervous in terms of how will she actually react, you know. There were times where my mother would like joke, like, no, now it's time for you to give me a grandchild, you know, because all her sisters and brothers, she's the last born, all the sisters and brothers have grandchildren, so she was the only one without a grandchild, you know. So she would make those kind of jokes like, Anna, you see, now everyone has grandchildren, give me a grandchild also, you see. And then now I wouldn't like take it like personal or take it like serious, like I'm like, no, this lady knows I'm still in school, so what is she talking about? Okay, so I was a bit nervous in terms of how is she going to react to this. Okay, she calls, video call, and then the first thing she says is like, Haibo, segunjalo, you know, which means, is it like that now? You see? And I'm like, yeah, I just found out that, hey, I am pregnant. Yeah, and she is actually happy. She sounds very happy over the phone, like she's all smiling and you know, and she's like, yo, hi, like everyone is gonna know, you know, that statement, like everyone is gonna know. I'm gonna tell everyone, hey, I'm gonna start calling them now, wada. And then I'm like to this woman, but don't tell my father yet, you know, don't tell him yet. We can tell him, yeah, but when me and my partner have actually like planned things nicely, and then you can, oh, by the way, in my culture, in my father's culture, I am not allowed to go and tell him myself that I'm pregnant, you know. I have to tell my mother my mother tells my aunties, which are my father's sisters, and they have to go and tell him. You see, so there cannot be a direct conversation between me and my father about pregnancy, which I don't understand, because I feel like it would have been like, I would actually want to go and talk to my father. I mean, I speak to this man almost every day. He's my father, he gave birth to me, so it shouldn't be that difficult to go and speak to him and tell him about my pregnancy. But they were like, that's not allowed. Your father, you tell your mother tells your aunties, and then your aunties will go and tell you what? Your father. So I told my mother, okay, but don't arrange for my father to be told now. We just need to, sort out a few things, and then you can break the news to him. Ooh, did my mother keep it a secret? No. She, on that particular day, and I'm finding out later on that she actually told my father from day one. From the moment she found out, she told my father. So okay, she told my father. I'm here thinking my father doesn't know, and I continue to visit home, and when I visit home, I'm trying my best to hide this pregnancy, because in my head my father does not know. Kanti, he knows, and he was acting normal, like he was acting like everything is fine, like he was acting the way that I know him. There was no suspicion, nothing. I'm here wearing, baggy t-shirts, and I'm wearing long dresses, and I'm trying to hide a pregnancy that he already knows because of my mother. Yeah, okay, fine. And then I think I told them around, I think it was October, because I wrote my exams in November. Yes, I think it was around October. And then up until December, I'm here thinking my father does not know, but my father already knows. Okay, December comes, festive season and everything, it passes. And then Jan time, my mother tells me that, your father already knows, and I'm like, hi girl, all along I'm here pretending like, I'm hiding a stomach for my father because we are not ready to tell him. When you already you told him. But then I kind of felt relieved, because I was like, okay, seeing how he has been acting around me, normal in everything, it means he's not angry about it. It means maybe he might be disappointed, like that, because things didn't happen the way that they should in a formal way. But I don't think he's that disappointed, because he didn't show any of that. He was okay, like he was my father, the father that I know. So yeah, that's how he found out, and then that's how I found out that he knows. And then right, so in Jan, again, in my father's culture, if they impregnate your child out of marriage, then the aunties have to take, so they had to take me with my clothes and actually go and drop me off at my boyfriend's place. So it's like they do not allow, or they do not take responsibility they do not take the responsibility of another man. They say, how a pregnant woman can be fussy, craving this and that and that. So the father must go through that. The father must actually be the one to cater to that. You see, I can only come back home once he's actually come to see my parents and to do the right thing. Okay, so yeah, they took me to my aunt's place, and we started staying together. Up until he actually came to see my parents before I gave birth, so everything was done right in time. It wasn't done out of anger. Well, in culturally, it should be done in a kind of anger-ish way, like an angry way, because they are like, oh no, you messed up our daughter, so now we are giving her to you up until you do the right thing. Right? So that's the whole point of it. But for me, it wasn't really. No, I feel like it was done. Yes, it was done, but it wasn't done in that. I didn't feel like it was in that angry nature, because no one was angry. Everyone was fine, but they were just following tradition. Okay, so they took me to my partner's place. We stayed together. Apparently I'm not allowed to come back home and visit, but I was coming to see my parents. And they would welcome me like the normal way, they would actually welcome me. Woo! I don't know if I'm doing the thing here. Like, they would welcome me the way they usually welcome me. They won't chase me out or anything, but apparently if it was still back then, they would send you back, you know. But I wasn't sent back. They allowed me to stay. I would even sleep over if I want to, and then I go back again to my man's place. So, oh, and then also, once I am at once I'm dropped at my man's place, my man's family have to send a letter to my family with any amount. That one is not charged with any amount. Apparently that is just to tell the family that, okay, I have your daughter is here, and we are preparing to come and do the right thing. So I'm pregnant, staying with my partner. It's the first time of us staying full-time together. I'll actually make a video on how that experience was, because that was like my first time staying with him full-time. You know, we usually visit each other like weekends, yeah, but we've never like stayed together like full-time staying together, because we stayed together from January up until May, end of May. That's when he came to see my family and to do the whole traditional introductions and everything. So I will actually make a video on that. It's just an idea that's popping up now, but how my first time experience of staying with a man full time was. No, but it wasn't bad. But yeah, we'll actually make a video on that. So we stay together, and then May, he comes, he sees my family, and then everything was done. So since May, I have been here with my parents. I had to so yeah, it was actually a rule that I have to give birth my first child at my parents' place. So that's what happened. I stayed here. I was gonna give birth in June, so from May I was here, June I gave birth, and now currently it's July. So you give birth, and then you still stay another 6 weeks at your parents' place, you know, for them to take care of you, make sure that you're okay, make sure that everything is fine. Then after 6 weeks, they send you back to your husband formally now, right? So that was basically the case. And then yeah, currently I'm at my mother's place. I will be going to my husband's place in a week's time. We are making preparations for that, because apparently when I am going, my family has to send me over there with gifts, like kitchen stuff. You know, you're going to start your own home as a woman, so you must go with kitchen necessities, that kind of thing. So like not everyone, but whoever wants buys a gift that they can see, like that they feel like is going to be useful for me in my marriage, you know. Yeah, so everything happened. Like, we were going to get married at some point, but we did not plan that it's going to happen then. But then we loved each other, we still love each other. So we were up for it, because at the end of the day we did have plans of right. So we had not planned to get married or move in together there and there, but we had to do it, and we were fine with it actually, because either way we loved each other, yeah. And it was a challenge, because now we are doing it when we are not fully prepared and emotionally prepared, I guess. Like, we didn't really discuss that this is going to happen. He also didn't know that that's how things are going to be done, you know. So it was like, okay, January, this is what we're being told. Alice, you have to be sent to your man. You see, now I'm telling him. Oh, and they told us, like, let's say they told me on Monday, and on Saturday I'm expected to go. You see, so I'm also telling my partner on this Monday that, oh no, this is what they are saying. They are saying that just because you have impregnated me, they are not going to take responsibility for me. They're going to send me to you on Saturday. So he was also shocked that, okay, this person is moving in now, you know. And oh, he was still like, because I wasn't like a full-time visitor, I was just visiting sometimes. He was staying in a smaller like apartment, a very small apartment, because he's a bachelor anyway. So now he had to look for a bigger place as soon as possible. You know, like, you know how a man is when he's staying alone. But now he has to prepare for this pregnant lady that is coming to move in with him full time, unplanned, you know. So that was that. He had to now look for another apartment that's going to be suitable for a baby as well. And at the same time, he knows that a letter is coming with the lobola list. I mean, which is the lobola list. So he also needs to be on the lookout for that. You know, he needs to save up for that. He needs to be prepared for that. So it was a little bit of a challenge on my partner, but he pulled it out, and I'm so proud of him. He pulled it off. He made it. He made me proud. And yeah, I can also say that's how I got married at 23. That's how I became a mother and a wife at 23. Everything just happened unplanned because of a baby. I will be doing my lashes now. Hopefully I can actually do it, because it seems like somebody is also planning on waking up. Like I said, he takes his 20-minute naps and then he's up. This is the glue that I use. It has been actually working for me like the best way ever, and I will be using these kind of lashes. This is what I always use. They work for me. They do the thing. And this glue, if you put it properly, it can actually last like 3 weeks. It can actually last up to something like 3 weeks. Okay, so how did my friends react to my pregnancy? You know, they were the last people that I told, because I was like, oh gosh, what if they actually judge me? You know, I'm only 23. And we had so much plans for the festive season, everything, you know. I was kind of a groovist, by the way. Not like a heavy groovist, but I did actually groove, you know. So they were the last people that I told, because I felt like, oh, these ones, they are going to judge me, because I've always been that friend. I've always been that friend that be like, don't get pregnant, you know. So, and then now I'm the one who's rocking up with a belly. So yeah, but then when I told them, actually, one of them actually has a baby, and she had a baby the previous year in July. Yes, she had a baby in July. I had my baby this year, June. So she laughed at me. Like, she laughed at me. Like, I felt like crying, because why are you laughing? And I'm telling you something this serious, you know. She really laughed at me. She was like, you were laughing at me last year, and you were like, oh no, you know, there's no more drinking, yeah, no more going out, this and this, but look at you now, you see. So she laughed at me a lot. And then, oh, okay, yeah, that one definitely laughed at me. And then the other one, she was so happy. Like, she was so happy. And she's one of the people that I always used to tell, do not fall pregnant. Whatever you do, don't fall pregnant, you know. But she was not judgmental at all, actually. Instead, she was excited, you know. She was so excited for me. Whoop. Okay, yeah. The struggle is real. But anyway, yeah, man, I feel like people responded well to my pregnancy. I think another thing, especially with my parents, it was a matter of I'm done with school. Like, it didn't disturb me, it didn't take me out of school. And I gave my baby a responsible father, somebody who is willing to, take the responsibility of the baby. And, yeah, he was there all the way. So I think, in a way, they were proud that, okay, no, as much as it happened unprepared or unplanned, but, we did it, I guess, like, kind of at the right time, right? It didn't disturb much. Yes, it did actually. I couldn't graduate because I'm pregnant and I've got a belly, but at least I finished, at least I finished, and I can still actually attend my graduation this coming year if I want to. So yeah, the struggle is real here. These lashes are showing me fire. But I will try my best.